Welcome to Influential Sports. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe. And today I'm going to be doing a recap of WWE SmackDown New Year's resolution. This was WWE's third TV special this week. They had one with Raw, and day one they had New Year's Evil with NXT, which I wasn't able to watch. And then they just had one with SmackDown tonight, New Year's Revolution. The show started with Kayla Braxton. She asked Roman Reigns about, she asked Roman his thoughts, her reaction on what The Rock said, and Roman didn't say anything about it. He just laughed and he kept walking. And then we get to the first match of the show, which was the finals of the U.S. title tournament, at a tournament to decide the number one contender for the United States Championship, with Kevin Owens and Santos Escobar. This was before the match started, the U.S. champion, Logan Paul, he came out. Then Santos, he just formed a faction with Angel and Humberto, but Joaquin Wild and Cruz del Toro of LWO, they took them two out and they fought to the back. So those four weren't seen during this match. Then when KO and Santos got going, really good match. Great back and forth. Santos, he was targeting Kevin's injured hand, but Kevin Owens was able to outpower him for a bit of the match. Then towards the end, it was like a flurry of reversals between the two. Then Kevin Owens was finally able to hit the stunner and get the 3 count for the win. Then Logan Paul, after the match, he got a microphone. He started talking trash to Kevin Owens. And Kevin Owens, he knocked him out with a punch. And that was the end of that. So at the Royal Rumble, Logan Paul will be defending his United States Championship against Kevin Owens. Then next, we had Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. They came to the ring, talk about how 2024 is going to be their year. Lashley declared for the Royal Rumble, and the Street Profits put the Judgment Day on notice, letting them know they'll be going after those tag team titles. Then Karrion Kross appeared on the screen, and he came out with Scarlett, and they distracted Lashley and the Street Profits. Then the AOP, the Authors of Pain, made their return, and AOP and Karrion Kross, they took out Lashley and the Street Profits, and they were standing tall in the ring. So it looks like they finally have a direction for Karrion Kross, and he has his own faction now. Then next we had a women's championship match, and WWE has been off to a great start with Raw and SmackDown for these women's championship matches. The one on Monday night with Rhea and Ivy now was great, and just had another good championship match. This was for the women's championship, with Iyo Sky defending her title against Mia Yim. Mia Yim, she was in control towards the beginning of the match. Iyo Sky, she shut that down. It became a good back and forth, clean match. Mia Yim, she had a Styles Clash off the top rope, but because she was so close to the ropes, Iyo was able to grab the rope at 2, and Mia Yim got frustrated, and Iyo Sky was able to take advantage after that, and Iyo Sky was able to retain her women's championship. This was a really good match. Damage Control, they celebrated in the back with Iyo. Bailey talked about Damage Control's master plan of how the Kabuki Warriors win the tag titles, and how she'll win the Rumble and become the World Women's Champion, taking it from Rhea. And then Bianca, she found her way backstage to congratulate Iyo on winning, but she declared for the Royal Rumble and said she would be winning it. Iyo Sky told Bailey she got to take care of Bianca, so Bailey and Bianca will be having a match next week on SmackDown. Then we had Pretty Deadly versus Butch and a mystery partner of his choosing. And that mystery partner was Tyler Bate, he's a really good wrestler. I've seen him in NXT a few times. And this tag team match, it was nothing special, but it wasn't bad either. It was a solid match. And Bliss and Tyler Bate, they were able to get the win over Pretty Deadly. And that's really it about that match. Then Ashante did Adonis. He had a talk with Nick Aldis backstage. Talked about how he wants the opportunity. That's all he needs is an opportunity. Ashante, he just needs some direction. He can wrestle. He's been on SmackDown for a while. Just a bit of direction will help him. So hopefully it goes somewhere. Maybe he's in the U.S. title picture by the end of the year. That'll be good for him. And then we get to the main event. Randy Orton, AJ Styles, and LA Knight in a triple threat match. And the winner will face Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble. These three men, they were going at it the entire match. It was different stints where one person would take control of the match. It was never a span longer than 3 minutes where somebody had control in this match. The crowd was rocking, had the yeah chants going. Somehow the table didn't break, even though Randy Orton dropped LA Knight and Randy Orton on the table, or AJ dropped Orton on the table. It somehow didn't break, which that's kind of weird. But it was a solid match. LA Knight had Orton down for what would have been a 3 count, but AJ stopped the ref, kind of how Sammy did in the 2022 War Games match. Yeah, Knight had hit a BFT up to that point. And then AJ Styles went for the phenomenal forearm on Randy Orton, but Randy countered it with an RKO. And 1, 2, then LA Knight pulls the ref out the ring. Then a few seconds later, Roman Reigns music hits. He's with Solo and Jimmy and Paul Heyman. They all come out. The Bloodline, they beat down on Randy Orton, LA Knight, AJ Styles. And Nick Aldis, he's just out there watching. And then once the Bloodline get done beating up on the 3 competitors in that match, because the match was ended at this point, nobody won. But Paul Heyman informed, Nick Aldis informed Paul Heyman that at the Royal Rumble, Roman Reigns will have to defend his undisputed Universal Championship in a fatal 4-way with AJ Styles, Randy Orton, and LA Knight. So that'll Paul will probably let him know that next week on SmackDown, that Roman won't be too happy about that one. But I like this because it's a curveball. Because you have a triple threat match and you think one person is going to win it. Then they do this where they attack everybody. And the consequence for doing that is a fatal 4-way. So, because I thought Randy Orton would win the match, and it'd just be Roman versus Randy at the Royal Rumble. But I like this. All 3 of them deserve competitors, and this fatal 4-way will be a really good match. And that is it for this video. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe.